So let's start with this. You've established yourself as one of the very best young, and I say that respectfully because you're in your 40s now, but when you started this whole thing, you're in your 30s as a GM. Like that's amazing. Established yourself as one of the outstanding professional, in all professional sport, general managers, and I'm very impressed how you've navigated that. How does it feel as well to be historically the youngest GM to ever win a Super Bowl?
You know, it's funny. I think I remember getting on the bus after we won that game in Miami against the Niners, and Ted Cruz, our VP of PR, had mentioned that to me about being the young GM. But honestly, I don't think you ever spend that much time even thinking about things like that. I mean, you know, as anyone, Thomas, that I mean, it is such a massive operation, and to think about what it takes to not just win games, but to win a Super Bowl, having the ownership and the president, and then having a great coaching staff and have a great personnel staff. I think in that moment you think more about more of a realization of how lucky you are to work with so many great people, and that you're a part of that. But the reality of it is, I mean, it is such a team effort to accomplish something like that. So it sounds cool when you say it, but the reality of it is, I don't think you ever really pay much attention to that kind of stuff.
But we grew up thinking about football, playing football. Man, one day to be able to run a team, that's like unbelievable to think about, and then to actually hoist a trophy with that title beside your name, to me it's huge. What was the main leadership point you learned from that Super Bowl season?
I think, looking back on that, you know, one of the big things that we did before that season, you know, a 34 team, we had a change come in with Coach Spagnuolo to a 4-3 team, and I think just that mentality of being aggressive but in a calculated way, and that I think all stems from the relationships that you have with the coaching staff and your personnel staff. Just put the trust in those people that you work with, trust the process, trust the system, and don't be afraid to get up at the plate and take some swings. It's one thing that, you know, coaches always reminded me when I got this job. You know, you're going to go out someday, so go out on your own terms. And you know, I think that mindset and mentality helped us win. And I think if you look at what we did this offseason, you know, with our offensive line, I think we kind of carry that same mindset. So, you know, you only get one opportunity to potentially do something like this, so make the most of it and trust the people that you're surrounded by.
I love that. That idea of not sitting on your hands, I continue to talk about it. I know people get sick and tired of me saying that. You know, back in 11, we did the Julio trade without getting into that. Like, those are big moves across the league. They're happening a lot more now. And I love it. I think it's what this league should be. Not flippantly. I think most of the people have really well thought out plans, and they know their organizations. One of the things that Bill Belichick used to teach me, and I'm sure that Andy has taught you this over the years, you know your organization better than anyone, right? I mean, people can pop off about what you should do and how you should do it. In the end, you know it better than anyone. So obviously, we're the ones that need to make the decisions as general managers, you as one and me as a formal.